Saturday night and a matchup worthy of prime time in our coverage of EA Sports College football. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Blazers headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Hits inside, it's Lewis. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Eli Holstein to throw. Left side is Young. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Scanning the field, it's Holstein. Unloads it left. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. Play action on first down. Out wide left, it's Crowell. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl, but knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
And the Blazers getting set on 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, they're trying to hit the out route to the perimeter of the field. It's a good route by the wide receiver. He just drops the ball.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mendenhall. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Blazers! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Takes a handoff. It's Lewis. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Now on 2nd down. Rides to the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Trying to get the corner. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a 1st down.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that 1st down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Throwing, Holstein. Pulls it in, it's Lewis. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Swings it out to the flat. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Snags it. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. by spinning it again. Stepping to the right. Outside the pocket, lets it go.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Second and long here. Making the adjustment on the play. They'll give it on the counter. Knocked down immediately.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. They'll ride him again. He breaks a tackle. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Holstein to throw for it on fourth. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
The Blazers offense looks primed and ready to get things rolling here. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Short pass. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and I think 3rd and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football, now you got a 4th down situation.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Sells to fake. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Looking long. Got it in stride inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Here's Holstein to throw. Out wide right, it's Young. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Dropping back, it's Holstein. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
The offense knocking on the door, first and goal. Looking to throw. Look out! And into the end zone for a touchdown. Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And he's going to be brought down on the return, but there is a penalty flag on the field. I'm not sure what this one's about. And the offense says thank you very much for the bonus yardage, and it'll be first down after the personal foul penalty. Sells to run, wants to pass. Buys time to his left. He'll try to do it himself.
You want to stress a defense? Get the quarterback outside the pocket right now. Really good job running the bootleg to the left, getting the quarterback outside of the pocket. He can chew up ground in such a hurry, or he can throw the football down the field. Makes it really tough on defenses.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Mendenhall. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. This time they'll throw it. The sure hands, it's Mendenhall. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory?
Here we go. Ready? 22. Check. 29 pounds. 29 pounds. Booster. Flash. Ready to go.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Short throw to the sideline, complete. He steps out of bounds with the first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The Blazers have this offense rolling. Quick completion to the right. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
And the Blazers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Quick give. It's Mendenhall. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got the back over the middle. No more room to run as this defense rises up on third down, and now it's 4th down from the 22. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash. Oh, and he got a hand on it. It's blocked. And they got it.
And the short field goals are a lot harder to block because they get up high in the air, but nice job by the kick block unit getting in there, getting their hands up, and blocking them a field goal, baby.
They'll go back to work on offense. Holstein makes the grab. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Motion from the wide receiver. Moves the pocket. It's Holstein. Makes the grab. And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Inside the 45. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
3rd down and inches. Everyone in the stadium knows they're going to be physical and they're going to run the football, but they still executed a good level. Not only picking up the first down, chewing up more yardage to make this drive even easier.
Eli Holstein to throw. Right side, it's Young. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Making the adjustment. Second down, gonna throw it. Had to force that one.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun on third down, Holstein unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And he had plenty of leg and kept it just straight enough to use that right upright to get it through. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Rides the option, he keeps it. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just perfect option defense.
They go play action with Holstein. Got out of trouble and throws. Out wide right, it's Wilson. And it'll be a touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run it to the right side. There he goes. Still on his feet. A really nice run from deep in his own territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 29.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you could see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield, and he's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Running inside. It's Mendenhall. They were all over it.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Whoa, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the 1st down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the 1st down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Throws to the wideout. Left side is Wells. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. Now, the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Throwing, Holstein. That's caught. It's Lewis. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Delayed handoff. It's Lewis. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw. It's Holstein. Out wide left, it's Lewis. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Looking for a crease. It's Lewis. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And he'll try to bang this one through from 52 yards out and the left hash. That is no good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with a look at Wisconsin, taking on the number 8 team, the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
And he'll be stopped. The return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26.
And it's the Badgers, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And I guess what they can take away from this one is they're back to even, 3-3 on the season.
The Blazers offense looks primed and ready to get things rolling here.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
And what's the closest guide to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. They'll take the penalty and move them back. And just some general sloppiness from the offense with a false start will back them up 5. It's 2nd and long. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Got room on the return. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line. This offense has it with really good field position. Here's Holstein to throw. Working that wide receiver screen. An 8-yard pickup on the first down completion, now 2nd and 2. Gets the back moving. Back to pass, it's Holstein. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd down from their own 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Holstein. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
Well, they were able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Blazers offense looks primed and ready to get things rolling here. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Driven back.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for room. It's Mendenhall. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
The Blazers come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it in his belly. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They give it back to him. Drag down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. trying to squeak through the pile. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Holstein. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Spins away from the defender. Breaks free, and he might be gone. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Eli Holstein to throw. He uncorks one deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The big fella's on the field, guys, for the 2-point conversion. Holstein on the play fake. Still looking to his right. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Blazers offense looks primed and ready to get things rolling here. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They'll send the back in motion. Oh, pressure's coming. He's out past the 35. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Long way to go on second down.
Here we go. Ready.
Motion from the back.
Go, go.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. That's reeled in. It's Dawson. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. And the Blazers headed quickly to the line.
29 bells. 28, 29 bells. 8, 22, let's go. 18, Lester. Go.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
And receivers just haven't been able to separate and get open tonight. It's been that way all game long so far. It's been tough on this QB. Another one gets swatted away for an incompletion.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. This is a designed run. Turning it on. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Moving the pocket, it's McMillan. Left side is Lewis. Got room at the 35. Speeding down the left side. And he will house it.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Fresh set of downs going up top. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Second and long here. Snapped it in the shotgun. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It falls incomplete and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. The Blazers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Here's a return from midfield. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. From the gun, it's Lewis. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Keep it on the ground. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Out wide left, it's Wells. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They bring the punter onto the field now. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it towards the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about a punter.
The Blazers offense looks primed and ready to get things rolling here. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. Gives it. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the offense onto the field again. On the run, it's Lewis. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They'll run him again. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Burrowing for yardage. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And now on second down for this offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Just smothered on the play.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Straight ahead, it's Clemens. Breaks into the open.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Tough run here. It's Clemens. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course. And when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual